Hello YouTubers and fellow Beyond fans, it's Techno or Joker here. I'm going to be making a coding for dummies guide because I've had quite a few people ask me how to code, and most of these people have really great ideas and they just go to waste since they don't know how to do it. And on a side note, I'm not perfect. I'm not a master coder, so if you know a better way, or if I do something wrong, let me know in the comments so I can learn from it as well. But let's get started. Alright, so firstly, you want to make, or go to Dream Maker and get that going. Now, I'm going to put my input on here and it's going to sound really hypocritical, but for your first project, I wouldn't use someone's source. I'd look at different sources to learn from one, to learn how they code, to see how they did something, but I wouldn't go off of it, unless you plan on changing it entirely. But for now, let's make a new environment, which this is basically your game, and we're gonna name it tutorial. All right. Now, when you first start, oh, it changed the name, but when you first start off, you have some basic things going for you, or not going for you, but basic things here. Your world file, or your not file. Anyways, you have a lot of built-in things going right here already. I wouldn't mess with the step size right now because that'll make the client's movement very buggy. But firstly, let's move into some of the files within your game. You have the code file, map file, icon file, interface file, and script file. Your map file has your maps, your icon file has different icons, your interface has different interfacing files, and your script files has scripting. So let's create a map file real quick. And within your map file you have the basic coordinates X, Y, and Z. Now Z is a little different. It represents how many planes you have. So if you have two planes, one can be outdoors, one can be indoors, but they're basically two different maps. Okay, now we're going to make an icon file. Now you gotta give it a name. Okay, now within your icon file, you can make state movements or just a single state. You also have your icon size if you want to use the size from a file or to read only. For now, we're only going to make a player and a turf. So let's make a little smiley face. That is a weird ass smile. Alright, now let's make a turf. It should be a grass or whatever color I just chose. Huh? Oh yeah, alright. And we're going to name each state a different one so we can come back and select it later. Alright, let's move back to the code file. Now, you have these numbers on the side. They represent what line the code's on. So if you have an error, it'll tell you down here where your error's at, and you can go to that error. So let's go to line 3. See, oh, we're there. Okay, now let's say we want to give our client an icon. We would put mob, which is the essential for any not interactable, but player NPC type. You can also make an NPC out of objects and turfs, but I don't see why you would. Anyways, after you come down from when you start a new line, you have to indent like a paragraph. You can either use space or tab. I recommend using tab because it's easier to keep track of everything. Now let's define an icon for our mob. The icon is in tut.dmi, and it has two different states in it, and one state is grass and the other is a player. So let's put player. Woo, I'm not doing good today. Let's make sure. Yep. So our character should have an icon now. See, it's white so you can't see it, but anyways, let's make a turf. I want the turf. I'd recommend doing it this way. Let's just do it the basic way. Grass, then come down, indent again. Icon equals tut.dmi, and the icon state is grass. Oh god. Alright, so there we go. Now we should have a turf known as grass. Let's map our grass. Now with the map, you also have different little features right here. You can go into bigger, or not bigger, but you can get down to the core with stuff right here. Your zoom type, your icon type, your click behavior. You can change the map size and the frame areas. But for now, we're just going to put grass down. And now we're going to run our first project, compile it. I don't recommend using run to find out, always compile. And let's go with it. So, oh, there we are. We're in a small box of grass. Now, this is it for this video. It was kind of short, but it's outlining the basics, and depending on how much attention this video gets, I will definitely do more. I'll go in depth. I'll make a video for one specific thing, and that thing only, and I'll go in depth about it. So please like and subscribe. Page me if you really like it, you want me to continue. But otherwise, thanks for watching.